Okay, so with all the hype surrounding the mysterious four-page Intelligence Committee memo that allegedly shows FBI and Justice Department abuses of the FISA surveillance program, I wanted to point out the strange timeline of events surrounding the votes to reauthorize Section 702 by the House and Senate, and also question whether some of the people who claim to be advocating to release the memo don't really care about anything but making the other side look bad. So, first of all, who wrote the memo? Because I saw on CNN that Devin Nunes wrote the memo based on classified information he had seen. I saw another congressman say that it was written by Devin Nunes, but then Adam Schiff says that it was a group of Republicans from the House Intelligence Committee. So to me, it's unclear who actually wrote the memo. Adam Schiff also said that Release the Memo was trending because of Russian bots. Because apparently, Adam Schiff doesn't think the American people have the ability to even pay attention to what's going on with our government. Wishful thinking. I do agree with him on one thing, though. He said people wouldn't be able to understand the entirety of the situation by just seeing the memo without the underlying documents. And I agree. They should release all of the information, all of the underlying documents, so that we can see the full spectrum of abuses that's going on. And then about 2 weeks ago, the House voted in favor of reauthorizing FISA Section 702, which allows exceptions for our intelligence community to spy on U.S. citizens without a warrant. And that was on January 11th. And there was a real amendment that they voted on first that actually required a warrant to spy on U.S. citizens, but that one failed by the yeas and nays with 183 noes and 233 yeses. Other way around. 183 yeses and 233 noes. It was then supposed to be sent to the Senate, and Rand Paul had said on Twitter that he planned to filibuster. But 2 days before the 702 vote, there was a motion to invoke cloture, which basically says you can't debate the issue before it's voted on, and they got enough votes to make this happen. So no filibuster, no debate, no discussion. End of discussion. So then last Thursday on the 18th, the Senate voted in favor of passing the amended reauthorization of 702. Ironically, at the same time, the House Intel Committee voted to allow the rest of the House of Representatives to see the memo. Now, if the House Intelligence Committee members were voting on whether or not to let the House members see the memo, then that means they already had seen the abuses of the surveillance program. So that means that Trey Gowdy saw this and he voted against the amendment that protected our privacy and for the one that gives the intel agencies ultimate power. Oh, and so did Devin Nunes, the one who allegedly wrote the memo and saw all of the underlying documents firsthand. It just doesn't really make any sense. How could these people be so appalled by the abuse of the FBI and the Justice Department and then vote to literally give them full control to spy on everybody whenever they feel like it? It doesn't make sense. And now apparently today, the Justice Department sent a letter to Devin Nunes claiming that releasing the memo to the public would be dangerous because of the classified information. Yeah, it'd be dangerous because the people would see what you're doing. I don't really know how this is going to turn out because if it is released, then it will probably be one of those things where it's just a partisan attack and everybody's attacking the Obama administration, which I'm not a fan of the Obama administration, but why does this happen? It's not one-sided. People are going to act accordingly to the laws that they are given and the boundaries that they are given. And if they're not given boundaries, then why aren't they going to use it? Of course they are. So maybe I could see the Republicans just releasing it and then turning it into an attack against the other side and not getting down to the real issue. Because if they do release the memo, then the only thing that it shows is that you guys are frauds. Trey Gowdy, you saw this going on and you voted to let it happen again. Devin Nunes, You probably knew this was happening a long time before everybody else, and you still voted in favor of it. So, if anything, this is going to expose you guys as frauds, and it's not going to get anything done because unless the people stand up and demand that somehow this get overturned and take back our rights, then nothing's going to change. It's just going to be more bickering on one side or the other because at the end of the day, it's like that quote that everybody attributes to somebody different because there's so many people that apparently said it, but it's like power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.